Good morning, Pulsicans and Hexicans unite. What is going on? How are you guys feeling on the week before freaking Christmas? Guys, it has been an awesome time leading up to this point. I feel like we're on the verge of the serious rocket ship taking off, blasting off into the stratosphere. We have a lot of events coming up. For example, did you know that we are now in the time period where Auntie Carol, yes, good old Auntie Carol, Sami says she's making us cookies. I hope that comes true and sends us all Pulsicans some Christmas cookies from Auntie Carol. But there's a possibility that a dismissal might take place. I don't know. We will see. Super excited that we are in the time frame, though, that these things can happen. And they can be all the way as far as late January, too. So let's get, the realistic possibilities on the table. It's not, necessarily it's easy to come out this week and be like, oh, case dismissed, right? Or it's the jurisdiction is not valid. So, but it's still, we're in that time frame now where she can do that, and it's going to be, whether it is or not, man. Look, I just want the news. Like, obviously, I want the good news. That'd be great. We all do. But just to have the news so the wait's over, man, that would be a freaking blessing just to have that. And then we can get on to the next step. And in my opinion, guys, and some people might disagree with me on this, but even if she doesn't dismiss the case, it would be, well, it's not a dismissal. It's like because of jurisdiction, right? Well, even if that doesn't happen, man, I mean, with freaking, Seaman Demon Guzzler in the end of January, I feel like the new appointed SEC chairman, being that this mess that was created by stupid Gary Gensler, would these cases would be dismissed. There's gonna be a bunch of them that are, on the table that, that are sitting there, right? And why would he continue moving forward with that? So that would be like the second phase of like, okay, will this get dismissed or not? Can we move on through 2025 without this case lingering over us? And then if that's not the situation, then we have to go through full trial. But man, I feel very strongly that we would make at least to that part and get dismissed. So I don't know. What are your thoughts, guys? Feel free to comment in the comment. But man, guys, Bitcoin's hit a new all-time high again. We're at $107,000. Like, what the heck is going on? This is crazy. This is awesome, though. Right around Christmas. And remember, Bitcoin's always the star of the show, for the temporary time. Like right now, it's the star of the show. It's leading the charge. ETH is lagging a little bit. ETH just hit over $4,000 again last night. And that means, the ETH BTC ratio is flipped back over, but it's temporary. We are green on the super trend, and we're moving in the right direction. And so just a matter of time. Bitcoin's going to pump up. Maybe it hits 109. I don't know. 110 is another psychological number. People will start cheating. The hedge funds, they'll start cheating. And then, then ETH will have its time to shine, and along with all our stuff. Could happen right here towards the end of the year. And it can line up with some pretty cool events. But I know the real reason why you guys are here, because you want to make sure you're not scammed and you're here for the secret chart. So let's check in on the secret chart. I had it pulled up right before the show to make sure my computer works. And actually, guys, I bought a new freaking computer for streaming, so I won't have these damn lags anymore. Still looks good, guys. I mean, once again, if you guys are new here, we like to check the chart every once in a while. Actually, pretty much every day I stream. We like to look at the weekly. We like to zoom out. We put it on a line chart. That way we can keep it nice and simple. This is months and months of data, right? We have formed a nice W here on the weekly, and we're retracing some. We can go all the way back in this area here and test this support before we blast off again. And it's likely to happen. So guys, don't get discouraged. This is a beautiful freaking chart. You just got to be bullish on Ethereum, which I don't know who in their right mind wouldn't be bullish on Ethereum. In this time frame, did you know that Donald Trump has been buying Ethereum like a madman? It's the biggest position in his portfolio. Imagine when he gets into office on January 20th. How is Ethereum going to react to that? when it's the biggest position in his portfolio. Think about the things, guys. You got to zoom out. You got to look at the bigger picture. You got to put the pieces of the puzzle piece together to see the greater picture, to have the faith, to know that you're in the right place at the right time during this freaking bull run. Speaking of which, guys, that's what we do on this show. We are the DeFi Crypto Alliance show, where we're bridging the gap between our entrepreneurial friends, showing them the way to wealth creation is crypto, and bridging the gap with our crypto guys, our crypto family, mainly Pulse Chain, showing them how to do some wealth preservation. And combining these two worlds together is the goal of the show. Oh, you guys know I'm in Arizona right now, which is why you see this background. This is no longer Puerto Rico. Out here for the holidays. You can probably hear my daughter playing in the background there. There she is on her slide. She's having a good time. I don't have an office here, so I got to stream out in the living room. But man, I'm going to be checking in with you guys all throughout the holiday. I'll be gone for a whole month out of Puerto Rico. It's real nice to feel cool weather. Went to the gym at 4:00 this morning, and it was like I can see my breath. I was like, oh man, I haven't seen my breath in a year. So it is nice to be off the island, even for temporary. You know, out here, we're going to probably go do some skiing. We're going to be just, touch some grass, right, guys? I want all you guys to do that too. Make sure that you're during this holiday season, whether we're pumping to the moon, which is great, that feels good. I get it. Or you're depressed because you got red candles. I don't care what it is. Spend time with family. Go out, enjoy the holidays, buy a freaking tree, go out and buy some presents, take a trip with your family, cook some dinners, enjoy each other's company, because that's really what life's about, right? Creating memories with our loved ones, because memories and experiences is the only thing we take on past the afterlife, right? Or past this life to the afterlife. So this is why we have to make sure we stress on creating those memories and experiences with our loved ones. And so say hi. Yeah. You say hi. Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Go play. Go play. Well, there's one of mine that I'm passionate about creating memories and experiences with every single day. And now I'm out here creating new memories and experiences also with my new niece, which is awesome, and her cousin. They're creating their own experiences. It's funny because she's jealous of her cousin, of all the toys that she used to have. She notices that she's sharing those toys now. And I'm like you outgrew those toys. They're no longer your toys. But it's been fun to watch that transpire while I'm out here. So let's check in the chat and see how you guys are feeling today. We got 52 of you guys watching. Okay. If you're watching on Twitter, come over and smash the like, hit the subscribe on YouTube. It helps the algorithm, boosts us to the stratosphere, so we can keep bringing the good word of wealth creation and wealth preservation, the good word of health. Once in a while, I talk about that, even though that might be why views drop sometimes, and just overall good mental health too. So come over, smash the like, hit the subscribes. If you want to retweet it, that would also help the algorithm, because then you're going to bring new viewers into YouTube to watch the show. And if you're here on YouTube, smash the likes anyways, and feel free to comment. I appreciate every single one of you guys. You guys make the show. It's the community that makes the asset, not the code. Who says that, Sami? I steal a lot of his lines because I love that guy. But that's so true, right? It's a community. It's you guys. That's why I'm here. That's why I believe in this ecosystem, is the community and the builders. Point blank. I love RH. Don't get me wrong. He's the leader. He's the one that comes out with the, beating the drum. He's the lion leading the pack. But we wouldn't be anywhere without you guys. So just remember that. Jamie Lance, dismissal anytime soon, man. I think so. I think we are awfully close. I saw Nuclear Herbs talking about it on Twitter. Speaking of which, Nuclear Herbs, if you're watching, I might reach out to you. I'm over in AZ. I know you live out in AZ. Would love to have lunch with you, a cup of coffee, and talk a little bit off camera about the dismissal. That'd be fun. So, man, hit me up. I'll probably hit you up on Twitter. But yeah, man, I think we're there. We're going to hear a yay or a nay anywhere from now to, it can lead all the way into the end of January-ish, right? But this is where the expectation begins, where we can receive that now. So super exciting times. I mean, imagine that. This is like look, there's always pullback, guys. And I see, there was even some people talking on my community like, hey, what's going on? Why isn't Pulse pumping? ETH is pumping. It's like, Pulse is pumping for the last 2 months. What do you want? Like, it's got to cool down and take a break, and it has got to have a breather. Is it boring? Yes, but it needs to breathe, and it needs to give opportunity for new buyers to come in and buy those red candles. I get it. They want to buy green candles, but you should be buying red candles. So if you're watching this show and you're thinking about building your bags up in this ecosystem, man, this is the time. You're here. Like, we got a little bit of red candles on the weekly. Load the bags up if you don't have them loaded, right? And so this could be, imagine this pullback being one of the, there will be other pullbacks, but one of the last pullbacks in these ranges. And then we get Auntie Carol's dismissal. Boom. And it's freaking moon time. Like, guys, you understand that would send this shit up to the moon so fast, we'll leave these levels behind forever. So keep that in mind. This stuff can take off at any time. It's crypto, man. And crypto, period, could take off. They say, what's the old saying? Crypto can go lower than you ever possibly can imagine, which we experienced that, especially if you guys are in Hex for the last 2 years, 3 years. Hex dropped 99%. We get it. It can go lower than you possibly can ever imagine, but it can also go higher than you possibly ever can imagine. It breaks the brain how high it can go. I mean, Hex had a 10,000x its first cycle. What can it do this cycle? I have no idea. I'm just a dude on the internet. I never give financial advice. I'm here most of the time blowing my megaphone. I don't have one today, but guess what? I ordered one on Amazon so that way I can have it here in Arizona with you guys so I can scream at the top of my lungs and how badass Pulse Chain is, just like you guys should be doing too. So, Jamie Lance, thank you for watching. I appreciate you. Over on Twitter, man, give me a retweet over there, man. Help the algorithm. That would be freaking amazing. D-Nice, what up, my man? How you doing, bro? What is the good word with you, man? Out there making some money. I know you're making money in the real world, so that way you can bring that value, put it in crypto, and 100x your life. 7G. Team RH Staker, let's go. What up, bro, man? How are we doing? D-Nice. Christmas is almost over. It's not over though yet, right? We're here. This is the good part. This is the good part. Enjoy it, man. While the time's here, yes, it'll be over fast. That's how it always works, but enjoy it while it's here. Spend it with family, man. Try not to get too wrapped up in crypto. I know it's easier said than done for all of us, including me, man. I got home last night. Was doing, was working all day long, doing a bunch of content. Came back and I looked at my phone, went through the freaking charts. I was like, oh, man, it's so boring. So boring, but that's just how it goes, right? It's a game we play, but doesn't mean that you don't spend time with family. That's for damn sure. Red Squirrel, oi, what's up, man? I'm waiting for that euphoric moment of having some caterpillar soup with you. Hopefully it lines up nicely. We are going out to China next year sometime. I just got to figure it out, plan it out. And then hopefully we can arrange it the same time you're out there, man. It'd be awesome. Perks of crypto. Nice Pulse Chain glasses. Thank you. I had to, it's funny, these glasses, they're really cool. You can program what you want to come in across the lens. I got Hex on there, which is really cool, but I can't get the Hex logo. I want to figure out how to get like logos on there. Like a Pulse Chain logo would be really cool. I got the Pulse X logo on there because that was easy to create. It's just, an X. Yeah, they're really cool. They're my new streaming glasses. You can't see through them though. Like they have little slits and you can't see anything. It's like I'm blind, man. Case is getting dismissed. It's ridiculous. I agree, man. Look, I wholeheartedly agree. And I can't imagine. And I know Nuclear Herb said this does not have any bearing on the case. Look, I get it. But I can't imagine Carol, right, the judge, Auntie Carol, not knowing, Donald Trump's in office now, not knowing that Gary Gibbs is going to go bye-bye because he created a shit show, right? She's got to know these things. Now, I know that doesn't persuade, it's not supposed to persuade the actual dismissal of jurisdiction. Okay, I get it. But like still, if I'm her, I'd be like, man, I mean, this guy's out anyways, January 20th. How about I just let the shit go? Like, I don't know, man. That's just the way I think. I know it has no like bearing on it, and that's what Nuclear Herb is saying, but I still, like, even subconsciously, she knows this. I don't know. That's the way I look at it. Sal the Crypto Fool, yo, man, what is up, man? What's the good word with you, man? Out there being healthy. I know you are, man, because we talk about health sometimes here in the chat. I tell you what, man, I'm out here a month in Phoenix, and man, I had to go find a gym so that way I can keep my health going. I went to freaking Planet Fitness, man. They wanted to charge me $287 to start up a membership. And I'm like, well, can I just buy like a week? They're like, no. I was like, man, they used to be like the coolest gym back in the day. It was like a $10 subscription. I don't know what happened to that, man. They're not that cool anymore. You ask me. Jeez. Kaiser, what up, brother, man? Yeah, you guys are following Kaiser. You're missing out. He does a great job on Twitter, cutting all the good stuff, all the alpha from all the different content creators. I don't know where he gets the hours in the day to do it. That's for damn sure. 10 Top. What up, bro, man? Another fellow AZ. That's a kid in the house, man. Let's try to meet up while I'm out here, bro. Have a coffee, have a lunch. Do something, man. Enjoy each other's time. That's what it's all about, is community. Prices can run up quick. I still DCA the pullbacks. I want more. Matty B, I love that. That's it. If your bags aren't into a place where you want them to be, then you have to DCA these pullbacks. Don't wait for when we're pumping, to DCA because you feel FOMO, fear of missing out, right? This is the time. Like we're coming back a little. The train's backing up a bit. You're able to come in with a little bit more money. Don't have to be a lot, right? Never financial advice. It's whatever you can afford, right? But this is your opportunity. And like I said before, it takes one news piece, one part of the cycle, because I feel like it's all pre-programmed anyways. We're just in a movie, the script's already been written, which is up to us to participate. But like that news piece coming out of like Auntie Carol saying dismissal, will it happen? I have no idea. Maybe not. But like, what if it did? Like, and then you didn't buy the dip. Well, I'm telling you, if that happens, this dip is over. It's over. And we will leave this price because we're going to leave this price range, right? To never return, in my opinion. I could be wrong too. Once again, I'm just the dude on the internet. I just speculate on my money and I tell you guys what I'm doing. But I really feel like that is what's going to happen. So, and we're getting close. We're getting so close, right, to that event. So Flo, let's go. Hey, Corey, hope you're having a great day, brother. I'm always having a great day, man. I am absolutely so blessed. It's been an absolutely amazing life out here with family, hanging out with the holidays, going to eat a lot of food. That means I have to up my game in the gym. In fact, tomorrow, what I'm going to do instead of going to the gym is I'm going to run outside at 4 a.m. when it's freezing cold, and I'm going to put 4 miles in out there. In this cold, it's going to be awesome. I got to make sure I burn those calories so I can pack it on. Christmas has been uncanceled this year. No coal like last year. Last year had a lot of coal in the stockings, right? Oh my God, last year was brutal. It was brutal, especially for good old Pulse Chain community and the Hexicans. Man, yeah, that was no bueno. That's when I was buying the blood. Actually, Christmas last year, I remember before Christmas, we were buying the blood, or maybe it was January. I remember that's when we had our little mini altcoin pre-Bitcoin halving season. And we did well, man. We followed along with the rest of the cycle and the rest of the other layer ones. In fact, we overperformed other layer ones. People don't talk about this shit. Like we overperformed AVAX during that time. We overperformed Phantom at that time. We overperformed Cardano at that time. Like, what are we going to do this time around? This is the very beginning. I don't know. I have no clue, right? But like, people don't talk about that. Like, oh, we're not moving. We're not doing anything. Everyone just sells. Go back and look at the chart. I mean, freaking Inc. did like a 30X. Maybe not a 30X, but it was pretty close. It was like 20 to 30X. Pulse X did like a 7X. Pulse did like a 5X. I mean, Hex didn't move a lot in the first little altcoin season, but it damn well made up for it this time around. Hex was up like a 7X from the bottom. Became the largest part of my portfolio, economic-wise. You compare it against a dollar, and I don't ratio trade because I feel like there's a market maker in the background adjusting ratios. So be careful of your ratio trades. I feel like there's someone back there pulling some strings, right? Putting the ratios where he feels like he wants them to be before maybe some large liquidity starts coming into the chain. I don't know. Just be careful of adjusting ratios and doing the ratio trades. In my opinion, not financial advice. You can do whatever you want. If you want a ratio trade back and forth, it's fine. If you get wrecked, it's on you. I am happy just accumulating and buying and holding. That's it. Buying and holding. I will play the meme coin game in the lottery ticket games, and I'll, I'm kind of ratio trading that, right? I get a nice pump against, whatever, say a meme coin A pumps a 10x against Pulse. I'm going to go on the Pulse. I'm going to accumulate more of those cores. So I do that with my lottery bag. So yeah, but as far as the cores, man, be careful, guys. I don't know where these ratios are going to land, and it seems like somebody's pulling some really big strings right now. So we're going green this year, man. I love it. Dude, it's been amazing this year so far. This has been an amazing year for Pulse Chain, the ecosystem, as far as like macronomics, right? Macronomics, everything that's been going on in crypto as a whole has just been a beautiful year so far. It's leading up. It's funny how these market cycles play exactly the same every single time. The news events come out exactly when they're supposed to. The shit's pre-scripted, guys. Come on. How do you not see this? 4-year cycles are not getting broken. This whole left translated cycle. Now it's like, now they're still calling for like a left translated cycle. The big influencers are saying like the top is going to be in March. It doesn't fall into the cycle theory. Top's in March. Okay, I feel like top of altcoin season could be in March. Sure. Take some chips off the table. De-risk them. That's fine. So that we can come in, buy back the blood, right? And that's being a true market maker. And there's nothing wrong with that. But to just say, oh, the market cycle's over, take all your chips off the table and put it in fiat and say we're done, pack up your bags. Bullshit. That don't follow the cycle. And what I've learned, the one biggest lesson I have learned is you don't bet against the cycle. You don't, ever. It's just the biggest. It follows the global liquidity index. Everyone thinks it follows the Bitcoin halving. That's wrong too. It's a narrative. It's a freaking narrative. It's incorrect. It's the global liquidity index that controls the 4-year cycles. So it's not going away, man. We keep printing money and we keep tapering it back. We keep, raising the interest rates, then cutting the interest rates. We keep going back and forth, and we do this every 4 years, and it's done globally. Ever since we've been off the gold standard. Go back and look. You can look at the Russell. I think it's called the Russell 2000. You can see that index, how it follows the 4-year cycle, because the Russell is very risk on as far as stocks. That's all your shit stocks in one index, right? What's more risk on than that? Crypto. That's why we're here. That is why we're here. Steve D. Hey, Corey, hope your fam in Colorado. We're in Arizona, but yeah, we're close to Colorado, man. I would love to go to Colorado just to ski. We're actually thinking about maybe going to Big Bear in California. And at worst case scenario, we're going to go out to Flagstaff here in Arizona. Most people don't realize that Arizona has snow. Only a portion of Arizona is desert. Like all northern Arizona is mountains. It's you go up there, it's pine trees, it's beautiful. You get snow, you get a lot of lakes up there. If you want to do some ice fishing, if that's your thing, it's great. Whatever it is, man, it's beautiful up there. In fact, if I move back to AZ after Puerto Rico, we're going to buy a cabin up in Flagstaff so we can hang out there a lot of our time, especially in the summertime, because the summertime is brutal in AZ. Down here in the valley in Phoenix, get up to 120 degrees. It sucks. Everyone's like, well, it's a dry heat. Well, so is a conventional oven. So is a blow dryer, but I don't want to sit there and put it in my face all day long. Get out of here. A dry heat. I'm going to smoke crack. NJ Dub staking all my Hex 555 at the top, just like you taught me. You can stake it for the top of the cycles if that's what you are trying to do. But like, you don't know. Nah, man. Shit. Then you can do that. But you already know how I feel about it, guys. But look, if you want to stake your Hex, great. Just take cycle theory into consideration. That's all I ask. You don't take your wife's birthday into consideration. You don't take your anniversary into consideration. You don't take your birthday into consideration. That's just stupid. If you want to take those events into consideration during the top of the cycle, that year to a year and a half, that's great. You need to create a staking ladder over the course of a year and a half at the top of what the next projected cycle is going to be. That'd be great, right? That's a great way to plan your stakes. What you having Hex come out when it's 99% wrecked is just horrible. You've lost your T shares too. Everyone talks about, oh, you got to preserve your T shares. Then why are you having Hex come out during the bear market if you're trying to preserve your T shares? That is, it's stupid. It's completely stupid. And I argue with Hexicans all the time about this. They preach about T shares, how they need to hold and preserve them. But then they have their Hex come out in a bear market, and now you've lost all your T-share value. You have to restake, and you're going to have a lot less T-shares restaking. I remember when I got into the Hex community, it was 19,000 Hex per T-share. Where are we at today? Almost 40,000. I know it's in the 30,000s. It's ridiculous per Hex per T-share. Lock in those shares if that's what you want to do, right? Don't have it come out in the bear market. It's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. And a lot of the Hexicans got everyone wrecked this last cycle. So I love the Hexicans. But man, we're a smart community. We're crypto savvy. Let's take cycle theory into our analysis. Let's take a step back and use the data we have in front of us to make our decisions. Right? Data-driven decision making. This is very important in the real world and also in the virtual world, aka crypto. So I encourage all my audience to do that. Please, 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 please. Andrew Garrett, hey, yo, 2025 is huge for us. I agree 100% because cycle theory tells us it's going to be. I think it's going to be absolutely beautiful. It's going to be massive. It's going to be explosive. And it's going to be a lot of events going on that, line up right on target where, the cycle says it's going to line up. Like Bitcoin's going to top somewhere, Q3 to Q4, probably somewhere in the beginning of Q4. And then our altcoin season will happen around that time, maybe a little after. I think if I'm not mistaken, I'll have to go back and kind of research that part. But I think the last altcoin season's after when Bitcoin tops at the end of 2025, meaning we could have another amazing Christmas next year, right? Have a green Christmas, if you will. And so, yeah, that's what I think, and it doesn't have to be, spot on, perfect, but like we've been like almost spot on perfect up to this point, like 95% of everything that happened, including, and people don't realize this, like pulse chain pumping in the beginning of the year, that was just the pre-Bitcoin altcoin season. Happens every freaking cycle. It followed the cycle to the T. The data is given to you right there in front of your face. Use the data, make data-driven decisions based off of that. When you're taking profits, nothing wrong with taking profits. I encourage that on my show all the time. You guys need to take profits this cycle. You're in this to win. You're in this to make money. You're in this for wealth creation. That is the idea. And lock in that wealth creation so that way you can create those memories and experiences with your loved ones. So you can have escape velocity, right? You want escape velocity. A lot of you guys have 9-to-5s. A lot of you guys have businesses that own you. Trust me, ask me how I know how that works. I had a business that owned me, literally owned me. I made a shit ton of money, and it made me grow up as a person, and it did a lot of amazing things for me, but it owned me at the end of the day. And crypto can free you of that. It can break the shackles, the chains of mediocrity, that curse of 9-to-5, that curse of 401k scam for your generations. But you have to play the game right. If you're not taking profits, you're not going to realize this. So take profits, make it happen for you and your family, and then you come and buy back in, man. That's the idea, right? Then you're being a responsible market maker. That's the goal in crypto. Hence, coming out in the bear market is nice for taxes if you have planned or restaking your principal. It's dumb, Tin Top. It's dumb. You lost all your T shares. You lost all your T shares. Why not have that hex just keep printing money for you? Taxes has nothing to do with it. That's something that make yourself feel good for your hex coming out in the bear market. No way, man. That and gas fees are two positive peeps that did yearly ladders. Gas fees, man, I don't care about gas fees. I'm in this to make money. I'm in this to make money. That's it. Like, I'm going to pay the gas. If I have to pay a $500 gas fee and I'm receiving $500,000 or even $100,000, I don't care. Right? I'm in this to make money. We're not in this to try to like mitigate taxes and pay less gas fees. We're in this for money. That's it. In the story. How can I maximize the money I make? Period. In the story. That's what this is all about. How do I maximize the money I make? In the story. Everything else is freaking narratives. I still love you, though. Still love you, brother. I'm passionate about this, though. I want you guys to understand, don't bet against the cycle. Cycle theory is everything in crypto. It's number one. The Hexicans should realize this. The Pulsicans need to know this. You guys are the smartest community in crypto. And I'm going to keep beating this drum and screaming this until you guys see it. All the other influencers won't tell you this. They'll tell you to stake Hex 5555 at the top of the bull. It's disingenuous. It'll get you wrecked. It'll get you wrecked. I saw it. I saw it. You know, it got me wrecked. And I know. That's all right, because it's my decisions. It's my fault. I take responsibility for everything, as you guys should too. Don't make excuses up. Take responsibility. Make better decisions moving forward. That's it. That's it. That's how you learn and grow in life. Bringing the heat, Corey. I'm bringing it. I'm bringing it. But I am also going to wind down, keep it short, guys, because I'm out here on vacation. I wanted to check in with you guys, see how everyone's doing, how everything's going. You're in this Christmas time, guys. Make sure you enjoy the holidays with your family, your loved ones. That's the most important thing. Create those memories and experiences and touch some grass, how they say. And I appreciate you guys being here. I'll be streaming, like I said, periodically all through this month. I'm not sure when, though. I'll try to spin one up tomorrow. I even ordered a new mic. So the new mic should be here any day now. I got a new computer coming. And I even got a new megaphone coming, so I can be screaming in this stuff to you guys that we're most passionate about. And I appreciate you guys, and I will see you soon. Peace.